So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
A fabulous show of vivid colour and vocal cords. The new look Camp Nou at its best. So we're very much on the way now. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
This is the time you need that pace.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. Frank Rijkaard's presence here in the middle will be massive, Peter. He's so physically dominant, such a destroyer.
But he does have a certain X-factor as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, and that's the side of his game that makes him so special, that ability to play on the front foot, triggering counter-attacks, quickening the tempo, and even carrying the ball forward, you know, if required.
Which has come to be expected from players in that position now, but at the time, of course, it was revolutionary.
Absolutely was.
He's cut it out. And now a sudden chance to counter. It's a searching pass. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Howson cuts out the pass. Gerrard. Rijkaard with a definite foul there. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Oh, that's a key interception. Pepe gets on his bike and on the move. Oh, it's Van Basten. Hakimi makes the interception. Throw it. And this is Sneijder. It's a quick ball upfield. Messi. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Messi is fouled. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Brzezinski conjures time and space where few can. Pressing high and with purpose. Howson. Gerrard. Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, can he get onto this? And he's intervened well there. That pass isn't the best. Sneijder. And Pepe. Silvestre.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Now it's Xabi Alonso. It's Luan! Goal! Sao Paulo! And Sao Paulo score first. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
And he was alert to it. Messi. Now it's Dembele. Now it's Messi.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Lovely, now then. Oh, he's bustling through here. Schlotterbeck has given away a free kick. And no surprise, that's a booking.
Well, you can blame some suspect defensive positioning for that set of circumstances, and they were just left with little choice.
And that has put paid to that. It's Forlan. Plays a sharp little ball here. And this is Gerrard. Chance to deliver. Forlan is flagged offside. In with the challenge.
Barcelona certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
40 minutes gone, half-time closing in. Well, there is a look that says it all, a piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation, no more, no less. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Dembele, he's been bundled over, that is a foul. It's a straight red, he has been given his marching orders. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
Cambio de jugadores.
Perhaps the final meaningful act of the first half. Schneider! Schneider goes short. Sao Paulo have the chance to go the other way.
3 minutos de descuento.
Oh, that's well spotted. Rijkaard. Oh, lovely bit of skill. Brzezinski. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Look at the space here. Dembele! It's loose now. Oh, what has happened here? That's tidy. That's it, 45 minutes up. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Barcelona finding themselves behind by just one goal at the break.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 10. Messi.
We're on the move again.
Será reemplazado por...
Barcelona can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. This interception, his positioning was spot on. Fiore, nicely aimed pass. Has a look and plays it forward.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Haaland! Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Dembele! Shapes to shoot! And there's a goal! Barcelona are back in business!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Can he get on the end of this? Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, well played.
Mission 1 has been accomplished, so why not continue with the same approach?
Nicely weighted ball. Haaland chasing after it. And this is Dembele, and it's Sneijder. Brzezinski. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he's found a way past. Great chance! Goal! Barcelona! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal
Well, the
7.
two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Barcelona with the lead.
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal. Sao Paulo really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And smartly reclaimed. Gerrard. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Looking to pass their way up the pitch. That is ended up in no man's land. And it's Brandt. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And he is going into that little black book. And that should get the job done. high card. And the counter-attack is on for Barcelona. He's in a great position here. Now it's Mbappe. Can he get it through? Silvestre picks it up out wide. Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Silvestre. Brzezinski. Pass somewhat off target. Opts to chance! And he's stuck it away! And this is getting better and better. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
And yes, it's him again. Barcelona have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Nicely shaped ball. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. Silvestre. Here comes the cross. This could be their final throw of the dice. It's their second corner of the game. That's a decent clearance. And that's it. So the winners bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Van Basten voted man of the match, and deservedly so. So there it is. What struck you most about that?
What a game. What a show of character. It wasn't looking good at one stage. It was quite flat in the first 45 minutes. But that's how you turn things around. You get a purpose in your game and you go for it.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening.